Welcome back to another session on A Roadside Stand by Robert Frost. And in this session, this is the fourth session, we'll continue with our discussion on the poem. Sometimes I feel myself I can hardly bear the thought of so much childish longing in vain, the sadness that lurks near the open window there, that waits all day in almost open prayer. So I am, the poet feels that he cannot bear that, interminable wait of the farmer for a prospective customer. That wait of the farmer, the farmer is longing and waiting for a customer. That is in fact making the poet feel very sad, and he feels that it in fact distresses the poet. Okay, so it's kind of a childish longing. It is not going to happen. Childish longing means it is something that is something that is rarely going to happen. Okay, so that is why childish longing. And the poor people's futile expectation for city money, it is compared to the childish longing for things beyond their reach. It is something that is vain, vain and affair. Okay, so because the rich are like, they're too much self-absorbed. Okay, they are too much into themselves, and they don't feel like the roadside stand kind of things. They are no longer polished. So the rich, they are not going to help the farmers. Then now you can see the sadness that lurks near the open window there. Sadness here, sadness is personified. Sadness is waiting near the open window. Okay, why exactly they are sad and waiting near the open window? They are desperately praying for a customer to appear. Okay, and that waits all day in almost an open prayer. Near the window they are in a prayer. Okay, what is the prayer? They are praying for a customer. So the personification is sustained as sadness, prayers for a city dweller to stop by. Okay, and at least to inquire about the prices of the farmers' produce. That is what is getting reflected up there. For the squeal of brakes, the sound of stopping car, sound of stopping car, of all the 1,000 selfish cars that pass, just one to inquire what a farmer's price are, and one did stop, but only to plow up grass, in using the yards to back and turn around, and another to ask the way to where it was bound. So you can see that these peasants, they are waiting near the open window. They are in a prayer. Okay, at least to have that the squeal or the sound of brake. Okay, or you can say that sound of the stopping car, and of all the 1,000 selfish cars. Again, there's a transferred epithet. Okay, the cars are qualified as selfish. So the people sitting in the car are basically selfish, but they have no motive of charity. But here it is like referred to as the cars as selfish. And why exactly? And they are praying like at least one should stop, just to inquire. That is more than enough for them, just to ask about the price of that price of the produce of the farmers. And one did stop, and maybe because of their prayers, one did stop, but only to blow up grass. Why exactly they stopped? It has stopped. The car is in fact stopped to blow up the grass. To blow up the grass means to make it fly, in using the yard to back and turn around, just to take a reverse. They were in the wrong route. And another also stopped and to ask where it was bound, just to ask the route. And another also stopped to ask could they sell a gallon of gas means petrol. So here you can say that maybe because it is a kind of in an attempt to it's also an attempt to